Going hot, going hot. Ooh, here we go, going hot. All right, I'm going to pop on over to the old Facebookie, and we're going to share out the
There it is.
the little streams here to make sure that everybody can see it wherever they are. And while we're doing that, talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to find it. There it is. All right. So I'm going to share this out to all of my favorite localities. And while we're doing that, feel free to start climbing on in here with us into the podcast pod. We're going to take off to Tubebuddy land in just a few moments here. And I'm going to share this to a bunch of businessy groups. Flash Farley already likes our stream here, which is good because he doesn't even know what we're going to be talking about. We might stink today, but he already said he likes it, so he can't take no backsies.
I stink. I need a shower.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. But yeah, no backsies, Flash. So you've already liked it. You have no idea what our content's going to be. It might suck today, but no backsies. You already liked it. Can't take it back now. All right, let's save it. Share it out to a few more places. Had a couple places not let me share it. I was kind of aggravated by them. I'm like, ugh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I like this new feature of Facebook where you can just hit the share button for all these groups and everything, but sometimes it's a little slow. It's a lot faster than it used to be on the old way, but it still feels kind of slow. The slow boat to China. All right, so we saved it out to a bunch of those, and I'm going to save it out to my Facebook pages as well. And Flash says, go for it. We will definitely go for it. We will be going for it big time. Big time, I tell you. We're going to talk about some YouTube-related stuff today, and I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it. Let me hit share to a page here, and we're going to share to this page. Maybe. There we go. Come on. Come on, Facebook. Speed it up here, buddy. Speed it up. Speed it up. Here we go. Here we go. Uh-oh, we lost somebody. We lost somebody. Get back on here. Whoever we just lost, get back on here. You didn't have permission to leave yet.
It's probably me.
Could be. Could be. Share to a page. And here we go. All right, and that'll be the last page. As soon as I hit this share button, and bango, bango, we're ready to go. All right. So today we're going to talk about, well, come on. There we go. We're going to talk about our good friend Tubebuddy. He's a buddy of ours. And I think you guys are going to like what we have to say about him today. So if you don't know what Tubebuddy is, you're going to find out. And we're going to have some fun with this today. I'm excited. Steve, are we ready to rock this out? What?
Are you old enough to remember the Tubes?
The Tubes. It sounds familiar.
Fee Waybill and the Tubes.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but no, it's way before my time. I wasn't even born.
Yeah. Now, they were popular in the 80s. You would have been.
Oh, were they? Oh, I would have been around then. I don't really. The name sounds familiar, though. So.
If you heard some of their songs. Anyhow.
Probably. That's usually the case. So with that, we're ready. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready, Ray.
All right. Then in 5, 4, 3. On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, we're going to talk about Tubebuddy, one of our favorite programs for helping with YouTube. And today's episode is made possible by, anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess? Ooh, who's this made possible by?
Email Spike.
Tubebuddy, made possible by Tubebuddy. What a shock there. And you can start to add what YouTube should have put into YouTube by heading over and going to get Tubebuddy, adding it to your browser, and then you'll be able to control YouTube in a whole new way that we're going to talk about today, be able to have a lot of extra little features inside of YouTube. And you can do that by heading on over to tubebuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy. And if you do that, you'll be able to get it. And by the way, did I mention Tubebuddy is free? Mm-hmm. It's free. Now, you can certainly upgrade, and I highly recommend it, and we'll talk about why, but you can get it for free and get lots of great features. So with that, let's hit that funky music so we can get ourselves started today. Here we go.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray, the video guy. GoVMM.com is our homepage with all the links to
lovely homepage it is.
And Apple Podcast is our favorite, as it is with many fine Americans.
Yes. Be sure to go there. Give us those reviews. We need to hear them. 5-star, 1-star. We don't care. Give us reviews. We just want to know how we're doing. And then we can make fun of the reviews that you give us. So maybe we'll start doing that on the air. Get people to leave reviews, good or bad, and we'll just read them.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to check and see when the last time we got a review. It's been a while.
It's because people don't want to do it. Come on, get out there. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Get those reviews in there. We'd love to hear about it. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to comment on it as well, because we do place it there so that you've got access to it. Indeed. And speaking of YouTube, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about using YouTube with Tubebuddy and why you need Tubebuddy and why it's going to help you. So it's going to be a lot of fun with that. But first and foremost, did you hear the exciting news, Steve Areno?
No, I didn't.
Well, this is going to be very big.
I've been under a rock.
So have I, actually, a little bit. But this is going to be very, very big. The big news is, for those of you that are fans of the Commodore 64, well, here in America, we can finally get the C64. We need trumpet music. Yes, that's right. It's a full-sized Commodore 64 replication. It's done with a proprietary hardware inside, but it's got that bread bin case with the brown keys, and you can clack away on those keys and actually use it as a Commodore 64. It's a full usable Commodore 64 available now in America. It's all sold out, so you really can't get one right now. It was on the market in the U.S. Finally, it's been in Britain for about a year. Finally came out here and was sold out in like 5 minutes, and now you can't get one yet. But you can pre-order one now. So the best place to check is on eBay. They have it sold on there, but you can get it through, I believe, GameStop and a few other places as well. But yes, cool. It's a follow-up to, they came out with a mini Commodore 64, a little tiny one, back about 2 years ago. But now that you can get the full entire Commodore 64, which is really, really cool. And supposedly, for those of you that are big-time Commodore fans, they did post something the other day. It was a kind of a shadowy picture, and it looked like a Commodore Amiga 500. So it looks like they're going to do a full-sized replica of the old MIGI later on in this year, possibly. So for you retro fans, good stuff. I love it. I'll be ordering mine as soon as I can. Get that Commodore 64 in here. Good times. Good times. And with that, let's talk a little bit about YouTube. So the reason that I'm talking about Tubebuddy today is, for those of you who've been around for a while, you know that we have purchased a couple of escape rooms across the good old USA. We've actually got a new one that we're looking at, actually two new ones that we're looking at right now. So we may be jumping up to 3 or 4 in the next month or two. And what we've done is we've taken the 2 existing ones that we have, and we're rebranding both of those under a new name called Impossible Escape. And there's a whole big story that we'll tell someday about why it's called Impossible Escape and what that's going to mean, but going to keep that quiet for the moment, but we will talk about that in the future. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I think you're going to be excited by that, but at the moment we're rebranding both of those locations as Impossible Escape. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that we have to change everything. So the websites have to be changed. The YouTube channel has to be changed. Twitter and LinkedIn and every other social media site, Pinterest and Instagram and all those, they all have to be changed to have the new branding. That means new thumbnails for YouTube with the new branding. That means new header graphics for all the different social medias, etc., etc. And of course, with the new website and the new name, that means any descriptions that we have in any of those locations all have to be changed to match up with the new branding. And pretty much it's me doing it. So that's good. So we don't have people to do that for us. So it's actually me doing it because I want to make sure it's done right. Which maybe I should hire somebody to make sure it's done right. But we are going through the process, and that's where Tubebuddy is going to come in. But before we get into that, some interesting things about that. So as we're changing things around, I've had some issues. Yelp keeps changing the names of the company back. So I would go in to the Loganville version, which was called Escape Plan Georgia, and I'm changing the name of the company to Impossible Escape Loganville, and like 2 days later, it would change back. The one in California, we changed to Impossible Escape Hesperia, and 2 days later, it would change back. They didn't want to change it for us. Now, fortunately, the one in California didn't have a lot of social media presence anyway, not a lot of changes there. But for this one, where we had everything, well, now we got to go back and change it for all those different places. But also, TripAdvisor keeps changing it back.
I know why.
Why is that? Why is that? Because
of COVID-19. I'm guessing.
Incorrect.
Because of
Incorrect. I do know why.
Wasn't it an algorithm doing it?
No, actually, well, according to Yelp, the reason that Yelp was doing it was when you make a change, they look at it because they want to make sure that, somebody didn't hack in there and just change the name on somebody. So what they do is they actually, when you change the name, you tell them why, they go and they look at like your website and things like that. And if your website still says the other one, they're like red flag and they turn it back. So that's what it was. Because we're getting a whole new website, I haven't gone in and changed the name on the old website or changed the logo. So I actually sat in yesterday and changed all of that around. So now the old websites have the new logo and the new name and all that. And I talked to the people at Yelp and they've corrected that. So it should stay now, hopefully. TripAdvisor, we shall see what happens there.
Yeah. Can you get TripAdvisor? Can you get TripAdvisor on the phone?
No, I could not. I could not find any way to get them on the phone. I did get their forum, and I posted it there. And the guy there just wrote back and said that we just didn't approve that name change. And I'm like, oh, I said, well, I kind of got snarky with him, and I said, oh, great. So you have more control of my business than I do. Who do I send the electric bill to? Because it needs to get paid now. So I haven't seen if he responded to that, but for some reason they seem to think why they want to purposely have incorrect information. Don't know, but hopefully that'll get changed. Probably the same reasons as Yelp. They're looking back and seeing the website. So hopefully with the change in the website, that will take care of that issue. We shall see. We shall find out. And Facebook, by the way, keeps doing it as well. So we changed the Facebook page. They keep changing it back.
Yeah, we had that issue with GMB, and
I had no problem there. I changed it. Boop, done. No problem. Okay. Yep. Well, the funny thing with Facebook.
We were having those big problems when everybody was out of the office and algorithms were looking at everything. So that's good to know.
Yeah. The funny thing on Facebook is they changed the website for us because I've got the new website and I'm just forwarding it to the old one for now until the new website's ready. So I changed the URL for the website, and Facebook accepted that. They changed the short name for us, so we are at Impossible Escape Hesperia, but the name of the page still says Escape Plan Georgia and keeps changing back. So we'll see. Someday we'll get that figured out, I'm sure.
At one time, that was easy to do, but there's been so many scams out there. That's probably why they're so draconian about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I know that they, after you have a certain number of likes, you're not allowed to change it and things like that. So there's a lot of rules. But I think it's over 2,000 likes or something like that, which that page doesn't have yet, so that's not an issue. But the one in Hesperia, they changed no problem, and that one has over 2,000 likes. That was the one thing they did have there was enough likes. But, they changed that one, no problem. But for whatever reason, the one here, keep changing it back. So we will figure it out, and we'll get there. But speaking of those changes, as I mentioned, one of the things that we had to do was change a lot on the YouTube channel. So fortunately, we've only owned this place for a couple months. So on our YouTube channel for what was Escape Plan Georgia, we only had 56 videos. But those 56 videos have branding on them that say Escape Plan Georgia. The thumbnails say Escape Plan Georgia. The titles say Escape Plan Georgia. The descriptions say Escape Plan Georgia. They have the old website. So we need to be able to go into 56 videos, change the thumbnails to the new thumbnail style, which unfortunately there's really no shortcut for that unless we were going to use like the same thumbnail for all videos. But obviously each one has a separate, different thumbnail. So we had to go in and I had to make literally I just went to each video and made the change, which was no fun, but we did it. I tried something new with it. I've got on the thumbnail, we've got, I set it up where all of them have a bar on the side that has our little background that we use, has our logo, and then I put a QR code on there. Now, in most situations, the thumbnail is way too small to scan the QR code anyway, but sometimes when people embed the videos and when you see it in certain ways, it'll be full screen with that thumbnail, and it'll have that scan code that people can use there. And I put the scan code also into the header for all the graphics. So on Twitter and on YouTube, the banner graphic, the channel art has the QR code as well, so people seeing the channel can scan the QR code. Now, some of you might be thinking, if you're already on a computer, why would you need a scan code on the banner for that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, a lot of people, including me, they'll be on their computer, but they'll try to look things up on their phone anyway, while they have it in front of them. And the other is on TVs, if they have the full screen, they're not going to have access to the internet, so now they can scan that and put it there. So why not? We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Maybe nobody will ever use the scan code, but it's cool. And we've got nice branded scan codes. So the QR code has our logo in the center of it. It's kind of cool. And we're starting to put it on everything, print graphics, online graphics, video whatever, so that people can scan when they're doing anything with us and go to the page, which is kind of fun. So we've been doing that. But the other thing, and the most important and most difficult part of it, was every single video has Escape Plan Georgia in the title. Every single video has Escape Plan Georgia mentioned multiple times in the descriptions of all 56 videos. Every single one of the videos has a link to the old website, which is okay, but of course we'd rather have the new website listed there. And every single video has the old GMB code, the short link for GMB, because when we change it to Impossible Escape Hesperia and Impossible Escape Loganville, that changes as well. So now the actual link to go to it, even though the old link will work and still go to the same place, it doesn't say, it says Escape Plan Georgia in it, so we wanted to use the proper one. So the question is, how much time would it take to go into 56 videos individually, look for every place that it has Escape Plan Georgia, look for every place that it has escapeplangeorgia.com, look for every place that it has the old GMB link, and change it? Well, that would be a long, long, long time. It'd probably take, 2 to 3 minutes per video to go in there and find what you're doing, another 2 to 3 minutes to change it. So you're talking 5 to 6 minutes per video times 56 videos. So you're talking quite a bit of work. That's not going to be a lot of fun to do. You're talking about 4 or 5 hours worth of work. So how do we do this quicker and easier? Well, there's a couple of different ways. YouTube actually does have built into it the ability to bulk change your descriptions, but it's very limited. So one of the things that you could do is you can go in to the bulk changes inside YouTube, and you can say, okay, go into one of your videos, grab all the, like the entire section of your video that has all the wrong stuff, copy that, put that into YouTube, and tell it to remove it from all the videos. It's going to go through all 56 videos. It's going to remove that out. Well, now you got to go get the right information, put that into there, and tell it to go add it to all 56 videos and put that in there. So now if you do that, you're able to change all of that section in there. However, it's not going to change all the instances where it says Escape Plan Georgia, because it might say it in the middle of a paragraph on this one. It might say it in the bottom of a paragraph in this one, in the middle of a sentence over here, and it's not going to be able to do that for you. So that's where Tubebuddy comes in and makes a big, big difference. If you're not familiar with Tubebuddy, Tubebuddy is a program that basically connects your YouTube channel through your web browser to a Tubebuddy account. And when you go to YouTube, you're going to have all sorts of new menus and different options of things that you can do when you go to YouTube. So you literally go to youtube.com, go to your back end, and when you go to the back end and you pull up a video, you're going to see some tools in there that are going to help you to write a better description. There's going to be a tool in there to create thumbnails, and it will actually create thumbnails. Not the best thumbnails in the world, but you can create a custom thumbnail right inside there using the TubeBuddy right in your browser. You just click a button and you follow the directions, and you can create your own YouTube thumbnail right there, which is very, very convenient. It's going to give you extra menus on the YouTube channel page and on the main YouTube page. That's going to give you instant access to different parts of YouTube that are sometimes a little difficult to find, especially with all the changes that have been made. So it's going to give you that. And it's going to give you tools for doing things like bulk changes to your videos. And that's exactly what we wanted to be able to do, was to make changes to all the videos. So one of the tools that's built into TubeBuddy that makes life a whole lot easier is the Find and Replace. And so literally what you do is you click Find and Replace, and you put in there Escape Plan Georgia, or Escape Plan GA was what I was looking for. Escape space Plan space GA. Okay? I pop that into the search field, and then in the replace field, I put Impossible Escape Loganville. And so then you press one little button, and what it's going to do, by the way, you can choose title, you can choose description, or you can choose both. In this case, we chose both. So what it's now going to do is it's going to analyze all of your videos, every single one, and it's going to find every place in all of your videos where it says Escape Plan GA. Okay? Once it finds all those, a menu is going to pop up. It's going to show you all the videos. It's going to show you whether it had it in the title or the description. They're going to show up as like green. You're going to see title, you're going to see description, and they're going to be green if it's got that in there. Once you have all that information, you choose how many videos you want to change, press a button, bingo, bango, boingo. 5 minutes later, every single one of your videos is now changed. And if you go and look, the title will now have Impossible Escape Loganville instead of Escape Plan Georgia. Inside, anywhere where it mentioned Escape Plan GA is now replaced by Impossible Escape Loganville. You can do this with the websites too. So if you know you need to change the website on all of those, you can put in the old website right in the top, the new website in the replace, do it again. It's going to run through all of your videos. It's going to find where it has the old one, press a button, it's going to go and replace it. And now all of your videos have been changed to reflect all of the new stuff that's going on in there. So it's very, very efficient. So instead of spending 5 hours doing this, you spend 20 minutes. And it's taken care of, and it's a lot easier than going in there. Like I said, I had to do the thumbnails individually, so that took a long time because I had to go into each one, change the thumbnail. So I know how tedious that can get, which, by the way, one of the things that I did, and kind of a sad story, is I told you I put the QR code on the graphics for the banners, and I put the QR code in all of the thumbnails. Well, I put them into all those places and then realized I had the Hesperia QR code on all those graphics. So I had to go back into Photoshop, add the correct QR code to every single one of the thumbnails that I created and the channel art that I created. Then I had to go back into Twitter and change the header, YouTube, change the header, and then individually go one by one and change every single one of the thumbnail graphics again. So that was a lot of fun. I had to do that 2 different times. So,
oh boy,
yeah, that wasn't.
We've all done that, and as soon as you realize it, you just go, oh, no.
Yeah, but hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it's worth it. But now we've got a channel with all the proper information and the proper thumbnails, and it looks pretty good. And now, and going forward, so I also made sure that we had a thumbnail specifically for customer reviews. So now I've been able to go into Rep Videos and add that in there. So when Rep Videos posts new videos, it's going to have the proper link in there. Oh, you know what, though? I do need to go back into Rep Videos and make sure I change it Escape Plan GA to Impossible Escape, or that's going to be incorrect again. So I'll have to go in and change that. But it's just going to make life a lot easier. And if you got TubeBuddy, you can do that all in just a couple of clicks instead of spending hours doing that. And there's a lot of other great features in TubeBuddy. You can do, if you've got the paid upgrades, you can do things like checklists to make sure that everything on your channel is done properly. So it's going to tell you, make sure your keyword is in the title, and you can check that off. Make sure your keyword is here, check it off, et cetera, all the way down. And what's great about that is if you're like me and you do a lot of SEO type stuff with these things, you can go in and you can modify that checklist to add the things that you want to make sure are done on each of the videos. So you can put in, make sure you put the GMB link. And so now when you do a video, you can check off that you did that. You can also do comparisons with other competition to see where they're at. We used to use this a lot with the lawyers. So we would pop into TubeBuddy, we'd take a look, and you'd be able to see, we've got more, views this week. These guys got barely any views, et cetera, et cetera. And you can go through and you can see all the different things that are going on and how you compare to your competition. You can see where you rank compared to the competition. So it's not only tools on YouTube itself, but you can go into TubeBuddy and you can really start to do some SEO work and look things up, do comparisons, compare to other people, see where you're ranking. Just a lot of great stuff. And if you're working with clients, that's a huge, huge benefit because you've got the ability to really show them. And that's what I would do is I would actually, you can grab graphics and make reports and things like that. But what I used to do was I used to do video updates for them. And I would literally do another YouTube evaluation. I'd go to their YouTube channel. I'd show them where they're at, what we've done, where their videos are, or how many views they've gotten, how many updates they've gotten on this and that. And then I would go back and I would go through all of the TubeBuddy stuff and show them, well, here, look, we're number one for this, we're number one for this, we're number one for this. Your main competition, they're number 3 down here. Oh, and by the way, take a look at this over here. You can see that these guys, they've got, they haven't put any new videos up. And so just a lot of great information that you can put into this evaluation video that you can then send out to those clients to make sure that they're seeing all the updates that you do. And, it just gives you a lot of great information. Now, I will tell you, I do recommend, get the free version, no matter what. If you are watching this, go get the free version. There is no reason not to get the free version. Head on over to tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy. Get the free version. You're going to get extra tools in your YouTube that is going to help you out, make your life a whole lot easier, give you instant access to things, help you to, I believe you making the thumbnails is part of the free version. Go out and get it. The find and replace, by the way, is part of the free version, kind of. With the find and replace, you can only do one video at a time. But if you want to be able to do all the videos, you do have to buy at least what's called the Star upgrade, YouTube Star. And that's $19 a month. If you're working with a client, charge them an extra $19 a month to get this. I'm telling you, it's going to make your life so much easier. $19 a month, not that big of a cost. If you pay for the whole year, you get, I think, 20% off. So you can actually get it at an even cheaper price. But I highly recommend get TubeBuddy. If it's a serious channel that you're really trying to do work with, use it. It's only going to help you out. But definitely get that free version because the free version is going to give you a lot of help as well. So exciting stuff there. So Steve, have you used TubeBuddy at all? Steve seems to have frozen in time. It looks like we've got a little bit of a freezing thing going on here. Steve is frozen looking like a pirate there. And I'm wondering if we're even online anymore. So I'm going to take a quick look here and see if we are.
I'm back.
Oh, Steve is back. Steve is back. And it looks like we're still online, so that's good.
I'll let that part out. Yeah, the screen just suddenly went black on me.
Yeah, well, I did get a warning here. It says the configuration of this and that, and,
Okay.
I don't know. Who knows? So something wacky happened there, but it looks like we continued on live, so we're doing good there. So I was saying, Steve, have you used TubeBuddy for your stuff?
Yeah, here, and I was just thinking of an application that I used it for. First of all, I use it ongoing just to make sure I've optimized everything. And
sure.
I got a version I pay like $5 a month for, and I don't know if I'm grandfathered or what, but anyhow, it seems
could be because I don't even think they have a $5 version. I think they got free $20 and then like $49 or something like that.
Well, and maybe I just have because it comes out of PayPal every month, so maybe I haven't paid attention. But yes, I use it ongoing just to make sure everything's optimized. But here is something that an attorney reminded me of that I had done that I had forgotten about, and actually I should keep on doing. And he called me the other day, and he said, I just landed a client, and he's way out in Podunkville, Mississippi, okay? And my client's in Jackson, Mississippi. And I said, well, how did you get him? He goes, well, he tried looking for DUI lawyer in all these little towns around him, couldn't find one. So he finally put in DUI lawyer Mississippi, and there I was at the top of the list in the GMB 3-pack.
Nice.
How I did that was I looked up all the, the towns by population in Mississippi, and I made a video for each one, backlinked the GMB site and the GMB business site, and then I siloed the videos together, and there were different videos for each one, and there are easy ways to do that. And I called it Best DUI Lawyer Mississippi.
Nice.
And over time, he got on page 1 for Best DUI Lawyer Mississippi and DUI Lawyer Mississippi, and he's in the 3-pack, and he's the 3-pack of GMB listings and the 3-pack of videos. He's got
nice.
all across there. And now the reason I bring this up is it's not only a ninja tip on something like that, but at one point, and I forget what the changes were, but we've got a lot of videos up there, and we had to make mass changes. We had to do something. And I used Tubebuddy to do it with the push of a button, and it made a huge difference. So,
nice.
There's front end, you can make sure your stuff's optimized. You can find everything in one place. It makes your job quicker. But then on the back end, if you produce for a client and you need to make some brand changes, like what Bray's talking about and like what I talked about, man, oh man, it's a lifesaver.
Well, and not only that, but the other thing too, if you start working with a business that, maybe they've got a bunch of videos. Maybe they've already got, 100 videos up there that they've been putting up, but they're just not optimized. Well, now you've got the ability to use TubeBuddy so that you can, open up a little sticky note type thing on your computer and put in their name, address, phone number, make sure that they're, get a link to the GMB, put it in there, a link to the website, put it in there, put links to their social media into there, and then put links to some of the reviews on GMB, put that into a little sticky note, copy it, and then you use TubeBuddy and say, hey, add this to the end of the description on every single video. And it's just going to go in there and do that for you. Brrr, all the videos are done. And then maybe you say, well, you know what? His videos.
Makes that noise. It makes that noise when it does it.
Does. I actually show up at your house and do that for you when you press the button. So on top of that, let's say you do that, you add that into the back end of all their videos at the end of the description. Well, maybe you find out that their descriptions really don't have anything good on them anyway. So now you could create a beginning to all of that where you put a title and then put a link to their website because you want to have that link right at the top. Well, you can very quickly say add to the beginning and it'll add, a little bit of information in the website right to the beginning so that there's a clickable link right there at the top. And then, of course, you can slowly go in and customize each one with the actual information about that video, but you can instantly get all of that stuff set up for you. So while you're taking your time to go and put in custom information for each of those videos, you have links back to the GMB. You have links back to the proper website. You've got links back to the interior of the GMB with the reviews. You got links to their social media. You got their name, address, and phone number for citations. And all those videos will have it, even if you haven't gotten into each one to really start to optimize that. The other thing, too, is what we like to do most of the time with clients is we want whatever the video is about, and then the branding of the company. So in my case here, it might be like, review of Area 51 escape room, and then I would put dash Impossible Escape Loganville. So you can take all of their videos and create space, dash, space, the name of the company, and tell TubeBuddy to put that at the end of every single title. And so now you've branded every single video's title with that in there. Boom, and you're done. In some cases, if you want, a lot of people do this, the phone number in the title too. So phone number dash name of the company, and put that into all of them too. So there's a lot of things you can do there to very quickly brand these things out. And there are some thumbnail things you can do as well. Like in my case, I couldn't because each thumbnail had different text on it to delineate what it was. But in all the ones that were customer reviews, they all just say customer review. I chose to do different pictures on each one But I could have used the same picture, and I could have used TubeBuddy to replace the thumbnails on all those customer review videos with the same thumbnail if I wanted to. And then that would have taken, out of the 56, that would have been probably 30 of the videos. And so I could have gotten 30 of those done very quickly, but I chose to do them slightly differently so that each one, well, not each one, because I repeat them a little bit, but I didn't want all of the reviews to have the exact same thumbnail. So, it repeats the same thumbnail 3 or 4 times. But it mixes it up a little bit, which makes it nice. So TubeBuddy is going to help you to do that. It's going to help you to make sure that you optimize your channels properly. It's going to help you to get the information on your competition. So it's just a really, really good program that's going to help you to take your YouTube to the next level. And it's going to give you the extra menus on there so that you can get to where you need to go a lot quicker. Any of you who have messed with the new YouTube, it's nice. It looks good, but I find it very difficult to find what I'm looking for, partially just because I'm so used to the old one, but also because they kind of hide things in there. Well, when TubeBuddy puts that in there, boom, you've got a new menu on your main screen right next to the menu that allows you to upload a video. There'll be a little TubeBuddy menu. It drops down, and it gives you access to a lot of different things, your channel, so you can jump right to your channel, etc., right inside there. So from a non-productivity thing, that's just a convenience that they add in there as well. So even just for that purpose, it's well worth getting the free version just to add that in there. But when you talk about the thumbnails, when you talk about, it gives you in your tags, it will give you suggestions for your tags. It'll also tell you how long your description is, which is also a very, very important tool because you want to fill that description out really well, and you don't want to go over the 5,000 limit. So that'll tell you how much you're using of that 5,000. So you can see, you're using 4,800 characters already. All right, great. So I know I'm just about done. I'm not going to add 500 more because then it'd be over the limit. Or if I can see, we're already over the 5,000, what can I get rid of? And it's going to help you with that. Because there's nothing worse than setting up your YouTube description and everything and hitting save, and then all of a sudden it goes, your description's too long. But it doesn't tell you how much too long. It just tells you it's too long. So then you got to figure out how much to get rid of. So this will help you to do that and make it a whole lot easier. So again, big shill in this program, but, TubeBuddy, it's just a great, great program, and I highly recommend everybody who has a YouTube channel, everybody who works with a company that has a YouTube channel, at least get the free version. Again, tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy. You can add it in there right away, and if you want to upgrade, then you can. You may have 10 channels, and maybe this one you want to upgrade and this one you don't, because that is the other thing too. If you've got different channels, you do have to pay per channel. So there may be some you want to upgrade and some you don't, because you don't want to necessarily have 10 and be paying $190 a month if you're not going to be using it for some of those channels. So just be aware, it is per channel that you set that up with. So that's TubeBuddy and my reasons why you need to get it for productivity. So do it. Do it.
Yep. Doesn't take up any room, and it's very powerful. Yep.
Nope. You don't have to run it. It just automatically shows up. Every once in a while, it'll probably make you re-sign in just because caches get changed on computers and things like that. But there you go. It's nice and easy. Very, very simple. Anytime.
Very good.
Yes.
All right. And who, by chance, made this show possible today?
Well, it's kind of weird. The show today was made possible by TubeBuddy. That's right. You can get TubeBuddy now. Add all the features that YouTube should have added to the channels that you have and get all sorts of competitive information and a whole lot more with even the free version of TubeBuddy that you can get right now at tubebuddy.com/RayTheVideoGuy. And by the way, when you get TubeBuddy, there are actually some bonuses by TubeBuddy that you can also get in there as well. So check that out. You'll be able to see some of the things that they have in there. Tuber Tools is another thing that you get with that, which is actually created by a friend of mine. So there's a lot of really cool reasons to go and get at least the free version, but I highly recommend you check out the Star version. Only $19 a month. If it's going to help you in any way, it's well worth it. And if you're getting paid by a client, you definitely should be having them pay for that so that you can get those tools and probably even the higher end version of that for clients. Because like I said, I think it's $50 a month. If you got a client that's already paying you $500 a month, make them pay $550 or take the $50 hit off of that, whatever you want to do, but highly recommend that you get that for them because it's going to really help in your reporting. It's going to help you to set things up. It's going to save you time, and of course, time is money. So again, check it out right now, tubebuddy.com/Ray the Video Guy. And Steve, with that, I think it's time to hit our funky music. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, I am ready.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a good one, everybody.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.